Hey guys, Omni here. We got some awesome Star Wars news following the conclusion of Star Wars The Clone Wars, which, was just fantastic. You can go check out my reactions to every one of those episodes. I really enjoyed it. And I think it gave us some clues because we also know, as we've talked about a little bit before, that there's been these rumors of Rosario Dawson playing live action Ahsoka in season 2 of The Mandalorian. And we got some more Season 2 Mandalorian news today as news broke exclusively with THR, The Hollywood Reporter, that Temuera Morrison will be returning to the Star Wars universe, the man who played Jango Fett in the prequels. He became the face of all of the clones and, by association and process, Boba Fett. And they are reporting that he will be returning to Star Wars playing the infamous bounty hunter himself, going so far as to say and confirm at least that the figure at the end of episode 5 of The Mandalorian season 1 that comes up after the to check up on the body at the end of that episode, that little cape, which a lot of us saw and was like, is that Boba Fett? Maybe. And, well, according to these reports, that indeed was the infamous bounty hunter himself. What does that mean? So we have some number of things. As we know, he is a clone. He was a clone of Jango Fett. What do we know? His face is shared with all of the clones. Clone Wars just wrapped up. If Ahsoka's rumored to be part of the season, who's to say he can't play Boba Fett as well as Rex, who would be more than likely at this time still with Ahsoka, following the events of Rebels and all of that. So we could see this branching theme of the cloning projects because there was really heavily implied throughout season 1 with what they were trying to do with Yoda, with the Kaminoan officer who was taking care of the baby that the Mandalorian ended up sparing, who was actually trying to take care of it. He had the insignia of the cloners of Kamino, and we know that they were trying to do something with the baby itself because they needed him. He needed something out of it. They were running tests on it, and they didn't even need him alive. They just needed his DNA. And there were a lot of speculations, a lot of theories surrounding this. I mean, is this somehow supposed to tie into what happened with Palpatine and his clones? I don't know, but this theme of cloning is staying consistent and branching that out. And that would tie in to bring in Boba Fett. Also, that brings into the question some of the things too that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have said too, excommunicating him as an actual Mandalorian. So who knows? He could just be after the bounty on the Mando. I don't know. But I'm curious to see how this all pans out. This is some exciting news. This definitely opens things up. This is definitely really, I think this is going to connect a lot of threads. I think we're going to see some awesome stuff from what we're hearing and the information we're getting about Mandalorian season 2. This is awesome. They did say it wouldn't be a large part, but would be a small factor in the season. I'm curious, but I'm really excited. This is some awesome news. I'm excited to see what they do with it, bringing it back into this fully realized Star Wars world where so many more opportunities are available thanks to the technology, thanks to the budgets, that we might see some stuff that we've only saw in our minds when reading those old Boba Fett books. Maybe we'll get to see how the explanation of how he gets out of the Sarlacc pit comes about this time around. I'm hyped, man. I'm really curious how they're going to tie all this stuff together. I do, even though I've been kind of skeptical on the whole Ahsoka thing, because that report, even though Hollywood Reporter and Variety did report on it, they only reported on another source's unnamed source who, and that's the only reason I'm kind of like shaky on it. This is an exclusive from THR, so I believe this way more than I do the Ahsoka thing. So I want to see it. I'm not poo-pooing on that at all because, man, do I love what they did with Star Wars The Clone Wars, what they've done with her and Rex and Rebels. I would more than love to see them come back. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. I think this is some exciting news. This is some news for Star Wars that just is keeping the blood going. I think it's coming out at right around the right time, right off the high off of this series finale of Star Wars The Clone Wars. And it's a fitting follow-up because we're seeing a lot of parallels between some things we're learning, some setups that are mentioned in this in the show Clone Wars that are going to be echoed more than likely, because we've seen some elements of it in season 1 that are going to be further echoed and continued on in season 2. They're really trying to thread these things together, especially these are very, very much integral to Dave Filoni and his plans. I think there's going to be some interesting stuff we're going to see. So thank you guys for tuning in. That's all I have on the report, aside from just being pure excited about this news. So let me know what you guys think. I could be getting just a little overhyped. This could still fall through in the end, but I have some high hopes. When it's coming straight from one of these sources like THR or Variety, it is almost 99% going to be what happens. So that being said, I'm excited to see where this goes. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below so we can carry on the conversation after the video. That's it for today, guys. As always, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.